Personally, here's where I think they didn't do a very good job, and that was with Kelsey Mitchell, who's an unrestricted free agent, because Kelsey Mitchell had a hell of a season this season, and I don't think she got the credit that she deserved.
Remember when Sheryl Swoopes claimed she had the inside scoop on the Fever's locker room drama? Well, guess what? Kelsey Mitchell just blew that theory out of the water. With a single signature, she didn't just re-sign with Indiana. She shut down every wild rumor Swoopes tried to spread.
What's up, everybody? Kelsey Mitchell here, and I'm a Fever girl again. So to my fans, to the basketball world, I'm excited to be here. I'm excited to be back. Indy's been good to me, and hopefully I could pour in and give the same. So here's to being a Fever girl.
But here's where it gets juicy. Mitchell didn't stop at signing. She's got some choice words that are about to make Swoopes eat crow. You won't believe what Kelsey has to say that's putting Swoopes in her place as she defends Caitlin Clark, the Indiana Fever, and why she's proud to call Indy her second home. Stick around because this story's about to get real interesting. Are you ready? Let's go.
People in the Fever were like, y'all.
That's not my point. There's a lot of other shit going on that players are like, this ain't where I want to be.
Over there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some
So
new shit going
it's
on
a
around there.
It's a lot. So you have players that are very significant on this Indiana Fever team that are like, I don't
want to be here.
This is where I want to be.
You know what's worse than a pot stirrer? A supposed legend and Hall of Famer doing it. Let's talk about Sheryl Swoopes and her so-called insider info on the Fever. This woman's been spinning tales faster than a basketball on her finger, and it's time we called her out. Picture this. Swoopes, sitting on her high horse, drops a bombshell on Gilbert Arenas' podcast. She claims there's a lot of other things going on with the Fever. According to her, players are itching to bail, saying, this ain't where I want to be. Really, Sheryl? Because from where we're standing, the Fever just had their best season in years.
What kind of things do you feel?
I'm not in the locker room.
Okay,
I ain't even on the team. I'm talking about more social media.
Okay.
It's a turn. Right?
It's a turn, right? It's really a turn of the tides.
Well,
right.
Gil, here's my point. The beginning of the year, right? Everybody saw it.
But wait, there's more. Swoopes didn't stop at trashing the team culture. She went after Caitlin Clark like a hungry defender on a loose ball. Remember when she tried to diminish Clark's NCAA scoring record? Swoopes claimed Clark was in her 5th year, a 25-year-old playing against teenagers. Newsflash, Sheryl. Clark was in her 4th year, and last time I checked, she just celebrated her 23rd birthday. And don't even get me started on Swoopes' prediction about Clark's WNBA struggles. How'd that work out for you, Sheryl? Clark just became the first rookie in almost 2 decades to make the all-WNBA first team. But I guess breaking 62 records in your rookie season is what Swoopes calls struggling.
3 WNBA MVPs in your career. Would you consider each of those 3 seasons as dominant seasons for yourself?
No.
Man, I can't. Bro, Sheryl Swoopes is willing to lie about her own career before she even admits that Caitlin is dominant.
Now, you might be thinking, maybe Swoopes has a point about the Fever's locker room. After all, she's Sheryl Swoopes, right? One would assume as a WNBA veteran and media reporter, she's have connections, right? Wrong, because guess what just happened? Kelsey Mitchell, the very player Swoopes claimed was being mistreated, just re-signed with the Fever. That's right, the same Kelsey Mitchell who Swoopes said didn't get the credit she deserved. You know what's funny? While Swoopes was busy playing armchair GM, the actual Fever management was singing a different tune. Amber Cox, the team's president, couldn't stop praising Clark and Mitchell.
And obviously, as we get into free agency, the number one priority for us is re-signing Kelsey Mitchell. I think that backcourt was about as lethal as we've seen in the WNBA, and I'm talking maybe in history in the second half of the season last year.
And Stephanie White, she's been gushing about Mitchell's importance to the team's future. So, what's really going on here? Is Swoopes just out of touch? Or is there something else at play? Because from where we're sitting, it looks like she's trying to stir up drama where there isn't any. And you know what? The Fever aren't having it.
No, we wouldn't be where we are today without Kelsey Mitchell. I mean, she's clearly a very foundational piece. She's got 7 years of being in and out of this building. She went through a lot.
But here's where it gets really interesting. What did Kelsey Mitchell actually say that's putting Swoopes in her place? And why is she so happy to be back with the Fever? We're about to dive into that in a bit, and trust me, You won't want to miss it. Let's first talk about sour grapes, shall we? Because that's exactly what Sheryl Swoopes is serving up, and it's not a good look. Remember when Caitlin Clark won Time's Athlete of the Year? It was a massive moment for women's basketball. First time ever a WNBA player snagged that title. You'd think everyone in the basketball world would be celebrating, right? Well, not Swoopes.
Sheryl, I'll start with you. What's your reaction to Caitlin Clark winning Time Magazine Athlete of the Year?
I don't think I'm surprised. I'm curious to know who the other candidates were.
Instead of popping champagne, Swoopes decided to play party pooper on Gil's Arena. She starts questioning the award criteria like she's some kind of investigative journalist. Is it really just about what you do on the court? She asks. Come on, Sheryl. We all know it's not just about buckets and assists. While Clark was an MVP candidate in the WNBA last year, it's also about impact, influence, and pushing the sport forward. And Clark, she's doing all of that and then some, especially after her back-to-back historic NCAA senior season at Iowa and her record-breaking freshman season at Indiana.
The fact that that's the very first WNBA player to ever win Time Magazine Athlete of the Year is pretty special. And my question is, like the criteria, is it based off of her performance on the court, which, yeah, she had a great year, or is it more about the impact that she had on the game this season?
But wait, it gets better. Swoopes then suggests that A'ja Wilson should have been nominated instead. Now, don't get me wrong, Wilson is great on the court, but this isn't about pitting one player against another. It's about recognizing a groundbreaking moment for women's basketball as a whole. Swoopes missed the forest for the trees, and it's honestly kind of embarrassing.
Put A'ja Wilson in there.
That was just basketball.
So that's what I'm saying. Was it just the performance on the court, or
It's global.
else?
I think it's everything.
Yeah.
It's everything.
You want to know what real leadership looks like? Look no further than Amber Cox, the Indiana Fever's GM. When asked about Clark's Time win, Cox didn't hesitate. She called it a massive deal for women's basketball. No ifs, ands, or buts. Just pure, unadulterated support for a player who's changing the game.
I think Caitlin Clark deserved that award. What Caitlin Clark did, because so many eyeballs were on her, was she is a huge multiplier effect of that.
And let's talk about that change for a second. You know how some people say women's basketball doesn't draw crowds? Well, Clark just blew that argument out of the water, with analysts not just saying that Clark moves the needle, but that she is the needle.
You know, a lot of people say that Caitlin Clark moves the needle. That is wrong. She is the needle. She dictates. We all know what she's done on the floor. It's history, right? But off the floor, my goodness.
But here's where it gets really interesting. While Swoopes is busy throwing shade, the Fever organization is basking in the sunlight.
She and the Indiana Fever accounted for 45% of all the broadcast value of the WNBA last season. She accounted also for helping drive the numbers of merchandising up 500%. Of course, her jersey was #1.
And you know what? The numbers back it up. The WNBA saw a huge spike in viewership and attendance during the 2024 season. We're talking packed arenas, merchandise flying off the shelves, and social media buzzing nonstop. This isn't just good for Clark or the Fever, it's good for every single player in the league.
So I think Caitlin, she moves because she knows people follow her no matter where she goes, and she's very strategic about dictating where her value is.
But Swoopes? She's stuck in the past, acting like Clark's success somehow diminishes the achievements of others. It's a classic case of back in my day syndrome, and it's not a good look for a Hall of Famer. You'd think someone who blazed trails in her own career would be cheering on the next generation. Instead, she's trying to rain on their parade. The basketball community isn't having it, though. Analysts, fans, and players are calling Swoopes out for spreading misinformation and trying to undermine current players. It's like she forgot that the game moves forward, not backward. And right now, it's moving at Clark's pace.
Kelsey Mitchell re-signed with the Indiana Fever. Well, wait a minute. No, that's not what Sheryl Swoopes said was going to happen. I mean, she was going to get out of a toxic situation, right? Maybe not. Maybe not. So let's take a look at this, man, I got to tell you, Sheryl Swoopes is getting crushed yesterday, today, after Kelsey Mitchell agreed to re-sign.
So here's the million-dollar question. Why is Swoopes so bent out of shape about Clark's success? Is it jealousy? A misguided attempt to stay relevant? Or is there something deeper going on that we're all missing? Because let's be real, this isn't just about one award or one player. This is about the future of women's basketball. It's about recognizing and celebrating the players who are taking the game to new heights. And right now, Caitlin Clark is at the forefront of that movement.
First of all, thanks for being here. Thanks for showing Kelsey how important she is. The Indiana Fever.
I appreciate
it. Yeah. So everything about Kelsey Mitchell is core, right? Core values, her core basketball, everything about her is what we're about. And so there was no way she was going anywhere else but the Indiana Fever. So this is a great day for our franchise. It starts with her. Her legacy continues in an Indiana jersey, and we're off to the races now. So.
But you know who else is part of that movement? Kelsey Mitchell. Yeah, the same Kelsey Mitchell that Swoopes claimed was being mistreated by the Fever. The same one who just re-signed with the team, effectively shutting down all those locker room drama rumors. So what's the real story here? What did Mitchell actually say? And why is she so pumped to be back?
Anything you want to say?
Pressure, no pressure. I just want to say thank you guys from the bottom of my heart. Indiana's been my second home since I went pro. So this is the only city I know. And so to see you guys open your arms up to me, I kind of remember every employee I run into. Whether you're a janitor, camera person, I like to be that person. And so that was a big part of me coming back because I got a chance to meet really great people.
Kelsey Mitchell's decision to re-sign with the Indiana Fever was a decision most fans expected. While rumors swirled about locker room drama and player discontent, Mitchell quietly put pen to paper, committing her future to the team that drafted her.
From the moment Kelsey Mitchell stepped on the floor at Gainbridge Fieldhouse, her time with the Indiana Fever has been memorable, impactful, and historic. Mitchell, she'll pull up. Here's a three. She's got it! And that's a record!
Let's rewind a bit. Mitchell, the second overall pick in the 2018 WNBA draft, has been the heartbeat of the Fever since day one. Her journey with the team hasn't always been smooth sailing. There were tough seasons, coaching changes, and rebuilding years. But through it all, Mitchell kept grinding, improving her game year after year.
As Mitchell's career in Indiana continued, the eye-popping performances and awards began to pour in.
Fakes it. Oh! Ankle breaker!
Ooh. For me, I enjoy this process and know that, I'm a pillar of change. I can be one of the ones to say that foundation was laid.
As she would cement her standing among the top players in the entire league.
The 2024 season was a breakthrough for Mitchell. She averaged a career-high 19.2 points per game, shooting 46.8% from the field and 40.2% from beyond the arc. These aren't just numbers. They're a testament to Mitchell's hard work and dedication. She played in all 40 regular season games, starting 38 of them, and led the Fever to their first playoff appearance since 2016.
I'm excited about our future, but I would never change my past. I know what I had to do to get to this point, and I wouldn't change it for the world.
Tosses ahead, Wheeler extra feet. Oh, that was pretty. Plus the foul.
I'm very grateful to be one of the ones that, put the bricks down.
Mitchell finished top 10 in the league in scoring in 2020, 2021, again in 2022, for a fourth straight time in 2023, and you guessed it, top 10 in scoring in the 2024 season 2.
Mitchell's importance to the Fever can't be overstated. Head coach Stephanie White praised her work ethic and approach to the game. The organization backed up their words with actions, designating Mitchell as a core player and offering her a supermax contract worth nearly $250,000 for the 2025 season. But Mitchell's decision to stay goes beyond the paycheck. In her own words, "Indiana has been my second home since I went pro. To see you guys open your arms up to me, that was a big part of me coming back." She even mentioned her excitement about playing with Caitlin Clark, dispelling rumors of any tension between them.
Then I met one of the greatest people in the world, Caitlin Clark, who just ran the basketball world. So I think together we hope to make you guys proud. We hope to make you guys
feel like you're a part of our success and our journey. And I'm here. Let's do this. Let's go.
Mitchell's re-signing isn't just about basketball. It's about loyalty, growth, and the power of community. It's about a player who stuck with her team through thick and thin, and a team that believed in her potential. As the Fever look to the future, they do so with Kelsey Mitchell leading the charge, ready to take on all comers and prove that sometimes the best stories are the ones that defy expectations. Let's talk about team chemistry for a second. You know how some people say it's overrated? Well, the Indiana Fever are proving those naysayers dead wrong. While Sheryl Swoopes was out there spinning tales about locker room drama, the Fever were busy building something special.
I'm a Fever girl again. I'm a Fever girl. I'm excited. Kind of missed this court. Yeah, I'm a Fever girl again. A lot went into this decision based on what I needed for myself and obviously for my family, my friends. And Indy is a second home, so I thought I'd give this thing a go.
Remember when Lexi Hull spilled the tea about that hilarious practice moment?
There was one practice, Christy turns on loud music because I can't remember where we were going, but we knew the arena was going to be loud. And so she turns on this loud music, and Caitlin screams, she's like, "Can someone turn it off? It's giving me a migraine." And everyone's like, what? And Christy reacted and said, "What did you say?" And she repeated it. And all of us were just we were all dying because if I would have said that, if anyone on our team would have said that and then been asked, "What did you say?" and you repeat it, no one else is repeating it, but she did. And it was the funniest thing. We're all rolling on the ground laughing.
This kind of connection is changing the way they play. Hull says, "We play harder for each other because we know we've got each other's backs." That's not just talk. It's a fundamental shift in their approach to every game.
And it's hard. It's easy to say, yeah, don't read it. But everybody does a little bit. And I think it's having that support system to help keep you on track. The biggest thing is finding people to kind of get you out of that cycle and get you to thinking about the positive things you did, even though a lot of times people online aren't talking about the positive things.
Kelsey Mitchell and Caitlin Clark aren't just coexisting, they're thriving together. Mitchell's been the heart of this team for years, last season averaging 19.2 points per game. Clark, she didn't just live up to the hype in her rookie season, she blew past it. When Mitchell re-signed with the Fever, Clark was one of the first to celebrate, reposting the announcement with a simple, "duh." That's not just teammate support, that's sisterhood.
Just figure out where this program's going, what we're trying to accomplish. And based on, the way in which I like to see myself playing. I could do that with people like Caitlin, people like AB, people like Liz. The list goes on with Lexi Hall, Grace Berger. So I'm excited about the group we have. And I get to play alongside some really great people. So here's to being a Fever girl.
The long-term impact of this chemistry could be massive. Teams with strong bonds tend to weather storms better, bounce back from losses quicker, and perform better under pressure. For the Fever, who fought their way to their first playoff appearance since 2016 last season, this could be the key to sustained success. So while others might focus on drama and discord, the real story of the Indiana Fever is about unity and potential. With stars like Mitchell and Clark leading the way, and a team culture that's turning potential into results, the Fever aren't just talking about the future, they're shaping it. And the best part? They're just getting started.
To the fans, I think you guys are a big part of my decision, a part of Indiana being home for me. The fans have also grown to be, family for me. So knowing what the atmosphere feels like, some of the love that was poured into me down the stretch of last year, I feel great about it. So I'm grateful. I'm definitely grateful.
Karma's got a wicked sense of humor, and Kelsey Mitchell just proved it. Her re-signing with the Fever shut down Swoopes' trash talk about locker room drama. This isn't just a win for Mitchell. It's a game changer for the entire Indiana Fever organization and the WNBA. Mitchell's commitment sends a powerful message about loyalty and team culture. With stars like Mitchell and Clark leading the charge, the Fever are shaping the future of women's basketball. They're not just talking about potential, they're turning it into results. This could inspire other players to build something special, even in smaller markets. The Fever are laying the foundation for greatness, and they're just getting started. The future is bright, and you don't want to miss it. Are you excited? Let us know in the comments. Like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss out. Click the video on the screen, and we will see you in the next one.